Well, for those of you that haven't died in the last, 18 hours or so, President Trump has been convicted, and cue the cry of the screeching autists everywhere, he said satirically. Now, if the shenanigans on the Twitter is anything to go by, do consider the following words. Calm the fuck down! Good lord, America really does only know how to overact. Oh my god, a day that will live in infamy. The final days of the Republic. The end is nigh. Shut the fuck up! My good god, the level of hyperbolic over-emotion is so cringe. I'm looking at you, Cernovich, you pansy-ass little bitch. This is not the assassination of Kennedy. It's not the resignation of Nixon. It's not I did not have sex with that woman. And it's not 9/11. You damn well all know you'll forget all about this in less than 5 days. In the grand scheme of things, this will carry no weight whatsoever because it changes nothing. The display of freak-out from the massive vaginas and the tiny balls is embarrassing. The reason I say this is because the same class of people that were laughing their asses off at the mugshot, memeing it, making merch from it, all went, holy hell, can you imagine if these idiots are stupid enough to go for a conviction? Oh man, it will backfire spectacularly. Are the same class of morons who are now pants on head retarded hopping on as if the sky is melting. It's so bizarre. On the one hand, touting this is completely new uncharted territory, yet on the other one, professing they know exactly what doomsday will befall us all. You people don't know jack shit, so sit down and stop acting like your balls are in a vice. And anyone who tells you they know what's going to happen is pulling that out of their ass. Considering the bollocks of the judge, the stipulations of the verdict, it's a former president, it's nakedly obvious politically charged theater, trying to analyze this from a legal perspective appears completely cockeyed to me. Don't focus on what you don't know, focus on what you do know, which as far as the immediate future is concerned, his next rally is going to be huge. Oh yeah, and there were several reports his donation page crashed, presumably due to an ungodly large influx of traffic. Oh look, here it is. Shout out to Styx for sharing this on the Twitter, by the way. Personally, myself, I think analyzing the politics and the regime is far more interesting. Because I saw Alex Jones saying the next thing we'll try and do is some false flag ploy. Nah, I kind of disagree there. Trump is so far ahead, statistically speaking, there'd be no strategic advantage that would make such a play even remotely believable. Now let's be real here for a moment here, shall we folks? Biden was never running a damn thing. The executive branch has been effectively co-opted the last 4 years by, that is anyone's guess. And no, it's not Obama. Obama was never a power play despite what so many people think. I still have no idea why. Everyone knew from day one of this ridiculous puppet show, Trump was always going to be the 2024 nominee. And probably that he was slated to win re-election like a year in. The Republican challenge was pathetic and abysmal. The debates were a train wreck. Trump didn't even need to be there. He could sit on his ass with a phone in hand and be the most talked about thing during any of them. It's hilarious. What I want to know though is what the hell is the regime doing? Because I was watching Academic Agent a while ago, and he said something rather interesting that was passed on to him by a journalist. If you ever see them in a headline say, asking a question, the answer is always no. So if you see, can Biden turn it around? Can Biden beat Trump? No. And they know this. So the implication is the regime is gearing up for a Trump presidency. And you can see this with the world leaders as well, already meeting Trump, hedging their bets. They aren't meeting Biden, getting back into the good graces with the next US president. Everyone wants to cozy up to the big kahuna. Now, some of these players with these predictions are much smarter than I am. Undoubtedly, they are privy to some information that I am not. So I'm only working with the political IQ that I've got and the information that I have at hand. And I'll be honest with you guys, I haven't a clue what the hell these regime plebs are up to. And part of me thinks they don't either. Scrum says the elites believe in nothing. It's just raw money and power hoarding until they die off, which is typical considering they are boomers, so I can actually believe that one. But I was talking with Harry from the Lotus Eaters about all of this last night, and both him and I were perplexed by the seemingly illogical maneuvering of the regime. Because there will be those who lean more towards the regime is in total control, every move is 4D, they plan ahead, etc., etc., as if it's all conducted by some grandmasters of Machiavellian brilliance. And I look at all of this now. It doesn't seem to me to be that. It seems to me more like the actions of drug addicts, quasi-religious zealots in the grips of ideological possession acting like delusional fiends. As if this, I don't know what to call it, pillaging style of accumulation is all they know. And now they're simply too old and don't know how to make it all stop. Because the last 4 years has been sixth gear in one direction, with little to no course correction or deviation away from whatever the hell it is they're doing. That's not the work of rational actors. You can plan as meticulously as you like, but if your end goal is unachievable and insane from the get-go, well, the meticulous planning doesn't mean bollocks. So perhaps trying to rationally make sense of irrational actions will simply leave us all scratching our heads. No one knows what the hell is going to happen, that's for damn sure. What I do find most baffling, though, is the scorched earth policy of flexing the impotent power. Because, let's say the regime does want a Trump presidency. What is the purpose of all of these actions, though, that seem to do nothing more than piss him off and galvanize his base? Does that not seem to come off as corrupt desperation? If there is some 4D moves behind all of this, I am unable to make sense of it. The best hypothesis that I have here, and it makes as much sense as anything else, is they have no idea how to do anything else but this. Much like a mosquito trapped in skin and stuck on vacuum, and it's just going to engorge itself until it explodes and takes everything with it. If I didn't know any better, I could swear that they're just collecting as much as they can and burning the deadweight in the hopes that when Trump comes in, he somehow manages to stop them, if only to save them from themselves. Fun times ahead. Cheers for watching, and once again, I apologize for nothing.